At 10, more details on the Northeast Missouri Community Action Council, or NECAC's closure in Monroe County. As we first brought to you on WGEM News earlier this week, the service is closing there indefinitely. WGEM's Robbie Tucker was in Paris, Missouri earlier today and has more on the decision.
For years, families in need have flocked to NECAC's Monroe County Service Center to participate in financial assistance and health programs. But right now, it's sitting completely empty.
The Paris facility is part of the nonprofit's 12-county network of resource centers. Participants can receive financial aid for housing, utility bill assistance, career coaching, and more. NECAC's Paris location also houses a food bank. Recently, the facility's lone employee accepted a position at a different company. NECAC has yet to find a replacement. NECAC's programs are accessible online, and neighboring service centers in Hannibal and Moberly are still open and ready to receive those in need.
We don't want anybody to slip through the cracks. That's our main concern, is that we want to make sure that people in need have the services, and our neighbors deserve that. We're here to help.
Engel said NECAC's 36-member board of directors is weighing whether or not they will reopen the facility, but a final decision has yet to be made. If you're a Monroe County resident seeking assistance from NECAC, you can find more information on our website, WGEM.com.
Reporting from Paris, Missouri, I'm Robbie Tucker, WGEM News.
And NECAC volunteers hope to distribute the contents of its Monroe County food bank to local residents sometime in the future.